Hello viewers, in this chapter we will work on lecture 16. Inside lecture 16 we have to do work on click event of the recycler view. So if you remember in previous lecture we already have a recycler view. We already have a recycler view which consists of four fragments, which is home fragment, pizza, pasta and store fragment. So we will continue to work on the previous application. So we have to create a pizza detail activity where we have to show the details of each pizza. So I will go to my Android project, and inside the project, before creating a detail activity of pizza, I will tell you something that I had already made to this project. The first thing is I a little bit update my pizza class. Inside the pizza class, before there was only name and uh, resource image ID, but now I already provide a description for detail. And I also make a same class per pasta. Inside the pasta, I provide 8 kind of pasta, and with each pasta there is a name, description, and image ID. So these are the two classes that I already added. And the next thing I added over here are some images for pizza and pasta. So now we will start work. So we have to create a detail activity, pizza detail activity. So inside the slide, if you can see, they are making the detail activity for only pizza, but I am going to make a generic activity, generic detail activity where I have to show pasta, pizza and store also. So I will write it the name of detail activity, not only pizza activity, because it's a generic activity. So now we had to write the XML file of detail activity, and our XML file of the detail activity should consist of an image, a text view for the name of the pizza or pasta, and a description. So I will copy and paste code from our previous example where we had already created a detail activity. So this is our detail activity. If you can see over here, it consists of an image view. It consists of an image view, a text view for the name, and a text view for the description. So I had copied and pasted my code over here to save my time. So now we have to write the detail activity code. So inside the detail activity, the first thing is we are coming from another activity. So we will make an object of intent, and we will write get intent. Here we get our intent. From the intent, we have to provide two data. The first thing is from which category the intent is coming, and the second thing is the ID, and the ID of date category, mean which number of item you are sending over here or which item you are sending over here. So I will get some extras from this. I will write it string category category, and I will write intent dot get extra dot get, and I will write it category dot to string. Okay, now this is my string category. So I will write this. I will write this name, the category name, to the action bar. So we will write get support action bar dot set title category. Now the category will be written to that title bar. Now we have to make objects of image, text view, description and name. So first I will make object of the image view, which is image view equals to image view find view by id r dot id dot image. The next thing is text view, and it is a name text view. Then text view find view by id r dot id dot info text. No, it is only text. I will check for confirmation, but I think it is only text. The next thing is text view description equals to text view find view by id r.id. Description. Now I will check their names whether it is right or wrong. The first thing is it is image, the next is name, the next text view is name, and the next is description. So the only mistake I had done is that it is not the text, it is that name. Now everything is fine. So now we had to check if it is, if the request is coming from, if the intent is coming from pizza fragment, so we have to get data from the from the pizza class. If it is coming from the pasta, so we had to get data from the pasta. For date purpose, I will write a switch where I will include the category, and I will write a case that if category consists of pizza, then we will get data from the pizza class. So for that purpose, I will first write int id equals to intent dot get extra dot get, and over here I will write pizza id dot okay, it will not work, so I will typecast it over here. I will typecast it into int. Now we hit the id. Now we had id and we want to get the data from the pizza class, so we will make a pizza object equals to this. Now pizza dot pizzas, and I will provide that id over here. And okay, this is done. So now we had pizza object which consists of the data related to the id. Now we will write the data into image view and name and description. So image view dot set resource id pizza dot get resource id, and it will set a resource id. The next thing is name dot set text. Okay, pizza dot get name. The next thing is description dot set text pizza dot get description, and it will work fine. And at the last I will break it. Now I will provide the same code for pasta activity fragment. So I will write it pasta, and I will copy and paste the code above. The only thing we had to change over here is that pizza class. So I will change it to pasta equals to um, pasta dot pastas, and I will provide the id. And the one thing more I had to change is pizza over here, pizza over, sorry, pizza over here and pizza over here, and its id is already defined, so I will comment it. Okay, now we had write code for pizza and pasta. You can also write the same code for stores. So now what we have to do, we have to send an intent from pizza fragment and pasta fragment to detail activity, which consists of two kind of data. The first data is the category, date from where you are sending the intent, whether it is sending whether it you are sending it from pizza or you are sending it from pasta fragment. So now we will go to and we will change the code inside the fragments. Well, first we will check slides and we will follow the slides. Inside the slides, the next thing they are telling us is the code for pizza detail activity, which we had already completed. If you can see over here, they are adding data to those text view, image view, text views and image view, and they are coded it hardly. What I mean by coded it hardly, because they are setting it only for pizza. If you are doing the code like this, then you cannot do it for pasta or store. So we had write a generic class which is working for pizza, pasta, and store also. Now we will go for the second. Now you can listen for views event from the adapter. So now we have to listen from card view. So if you can see the code over here, inside the card view they are saying card view dot set on click listener, Okay, then they had override a void unclick listener. Inside the void unclick listener, they are making an object of intent, and they are also adding an extras, which is only the position, and then they are sending the intent to retail activity. Okay, but they are only doing this for pizza. Mean this adapter, if we write a code, this kind of code inside our adapter, then this adapter will only work for pizza. It will not work for pasta or stores. So for that purpose, we have to make our adapter reusable. And how we can make our adapter reusable? A user can click on a card view in recycler view. The listener on click. And what is the listener? The listener will be an interface which had on click method, which will be override and inside the fragments. And inside the unclick method, we will send the category name, and we will also send the position. So now how we can do this? We will go to the next slide. Inside the next slide, if you can see, they had already make an interface for listener. So I will also make an interface for listener inside my caption. Here I will write interface listener, uh, and we will write a method which is on click, and inside the method we have to provide the position, because we will give this position from this adapter. Now I will make an object of the listener. So I will make this a private object listener, because only caption adapter have to use this. Okay, the next thing we have to write, if now we had made this listener as a private. So if you are making this listener as a private, then we have also to provide a setter method for that listener. So now we had to write the setter method. I will write my setter method over here, and that would be void uh, set listener. Inside the listener, I will provide listener, and now I will set this listener to our own listener. This dot listener equals to listener. Now now our work is done inside the adapter. Now we will move on to the fragments. Okay, but inside the adapter, we already told that we had the position which is clicked in the recycler view is only inside with the is only with card view. So with the help of card view, we will provide the position. So we will provide position from the card view. I will go to, and I will write where is my card view. Okay, this is my bind view data, and this is my card view. So I will write card view dot set on click listener new on click listener view dot on click listener. Okay, yes. Now I will write if listener not equals to null, mean if listener is already setted with the help of set method, then this code can be executed, and it is not the listener interface, it is the object listener. And we will do, and what we are going to do over here is we have to call listener dot on click, and we have to provide the position over here, just like in the slide they are providing the position. Okay, now the only thing remaining is we have to set this listener from our fragment. So we will go to next slide. Inside the next slide, you will see that how we are providing that set listener. So inside our pizza fragment, I will go to my pizza fragment, and here you can see this is my object of captioned adapter. Now I will implement it on set listener, where I will write it set this. Okay, now we have to write our intent code over here. So I will make an intent, and inside I will make object new intent, and we have to provide the source. So the source is get activity, which is which is our main activity. And what is our source activity? Detail activity dot class is our source activity is dot class. And now we have to bind data with the intent. So I will write intent dot put extras. Inside the put extra, I will provide a key which is for category, which is I am getting inside my detail class, and this is my pizza fragment. So I will provide the category of pizza over there. And the next thing is the ID that we are going to put in inside the extras. So I will provide it ID, which is pizza ID for pizza. And in the from position we can get the ID. So from position we already get the ID. Now we will call start activity. So get activity dot start activity, and I will provide the intent. Now we will see whether it is working or not. Now I will show you the application, and you can see. Okay, now this is when my application is run. This is my application on my mobile screen, and this is the pizza fragment where images are added. So now we are going to click one of the image. So I will click the first one, and bingo, you can see that it is working fine. Now we will check for the second image, and yes, it is also working fine. But if you can see to the pasta fragment, it is still the same as the previous one. So now we have to change our pasta. Now we have to change our pasta fragment, which have to work the same as the pizza, and we have to reuse our caption image adapter per pasta also. So we will go to the pasta fragment. This is the pasta fragment, and the first thing is we have to comment our code, our previous code. In our previous code is using a list fragment, and our further fragment is already extended to a list fragment, but now we need only a simple fragment. So I will delete the list fragment from here, and we need to write code over here. So I don't want to write the same code for every time, so I will copy the code from pizza fragment, and I will paste it over here. The only thing I have to change is the pizza. Okay, over here it is r.layout.pizza fragment. Okay, so we will also reuse the pizza fragment XML, which consists of a card view, and the same card view is also will also be used by pasta fragment. So I will not change it, but I will change this thing, which is pasta, and this is also pasta. Okay, and this is also pasta. It will be also pasta. If anything remaining, you can tell me, which I haven't changed over here. Okay, I think everything is now fine. There is no pizza over here. I can also search for date, and I will write pizza. So yes, it is over here. It is still pizza. So I will change it to pasta, and this is also pizza ID. So I will change it to pasta ID. Then again I will search, and I haven't found. Now I will search for capital pizza, and we don't have any kind of pizza, so now it will work fine for us. Okay, now we will check our code. I will run my code over here. I will show you. Okay, we got an error over here, which is detail activity 32. We will go to detail activity 32, and here you can see I haven't changed this pasta. That's why we get this error. So I will rerun, and I will show you again when our installation is. Okay, now my project is successfully launched, installed, and soon you will see my application that I had complete is over here. Now we will go to pizza. Okay, pizza. We will also check whether pizza is working. So I will click the second item. Yes, it is working fine. Now I will go to pasta. Inside the pasta, I will click any, and I will click the last one, and I will see whether it is working. Yes, it is working fine. So this is our final code, and now I will give you an overview of this code. First, I will disconnect my mobile. So the overview is in, we will go to the slide for the overview, and inside the slide, I will show you. Okay, in this lecture, we had implemented click event of the recycler view. For that purpose, we extended our previous application, and our previous application don't have any pizza detail activity or any detail activity. So we add a detail activity. Over here, they are adding a pizza detail activity, but are going to do a generic work. For that purpose, we only code for detail activity. Mean this the same detail activity will be used by pasta and store also. So this is the pizza detail activity code over here. So in this slide, you can see that they are doing the work for only pizza, but we have to do it for pasta and fragment also. So we have done it generically. Okay, the next thing is we have to set unclick listener on the card view. If we set unclick listener on the card view and we send an intent with the help of card unclick listener, then this uh, adapter will only be used by pizza fragment, because you are sending a pizza detail. You are sending only pizza details to detail activity. How we can make it reusable for other fragments? For that purpose, we have to make a interface, and inside the interface we have to override an unclick method, and unclick method will consist of the position. So we will provide the position inside, uh, we will provide position in the adapter, so with the help of this code. And we will also write a set listener method, with the help of which we can set the listener. So when this code is done, then we will go to the fragment. Inside the fragment, we will write in adapter.set listener code. Inside the set listener, we have to provide a listener object. So we had made a listener object, but listener object consists of unclick method. So we override unclick method over here. So our code will be working like this. Our caption adapter.xml is using caption images adapter, which is used by pizza fragment, pasta fragment, and also store fragment can use it. Now this is your assignment. Inside the assignment, implement the whole app using recycler view for other items too. Mean you have to do it for, inside this example I had already done it for two items, which is store and pizza, but you have also to do it for the stores. This is your next assignment. Thank you so much for your time. Be connected. Stay safe. Stay